Hey everybody, this is Perch. We talked about the Frank Gogol situation, and he went to Twitter and posted a kind of longish legal brief about this Melissa White situation that he's involved in this court case, this defamation case that's going on, and kind of the various steps. I already did the video. It's there. We don't need to relitigate or talk about it a second time. I still believe the posting of this summary is dumb, and any good lawyer would tell him not to do that. But whatever. That's on him. But the other part to this story was that and I did the video talking about this as well, and then I think there's a exactly reaction video to kind of one topic here, and blah blah blah. But at New York City Comic Con, Frank Gogol, who's in the midst of this, including this defamation suit, basically heads to a bar for BarCon, or after hour drink networking, or whatever you want to call it, BarCon. And when there, he basically gets eventually, shortly thereafter, chased out. A bunch of other people who don't like him because of the Melissa situation, make it their business to get him out of the bar and get him to leave, basically throw him out. From what I've heard from some people who were apparently there, it wasn't like they got him thrown out of the bar. It's that they harassed him to the point that he left. It sounds like it was more that kind of, you're not welcome here. Now, if he would have stood there and said, I don't care, I'm going to stay, the police they wouldn't have been in a position for them to get him out. But, there was some pressure put on him to leave, apparently. So during that, the publishers of the book that he's working on, who were sponsors, Source Point Press, they left in solidarity, was the way it got reported. Again, from now talking to some people who were there, it wasn't exactly that way. It was more like he left. They were kind of hanging with him because he has a book out with them. And so when he left, they left. It wasn't like a big, you get rid of him, you get rid of us kind of moment. That's been portrayed incorrectly, as far as we can tell. Or at least that's what I've heard. Now, again, I'm going off of what I'm told, so who knows? Maybe something else happened there. But that does align then with the events that happened today, which we're going to talk about. The really quickly, before I get into all this, I will reiterate what I said in the other video, which is it is goddamn stupid for anyone who's currently got a active defamation case that around some comments made during visiting a bar to then, when the conventions open up again, go back to a bar to hang with the kind of people that he is suing. That is a dumb decision. Does he have the right to do it? Of course he has the right to do it. In a perfect world, should somebody be able to go on about their lives while doing these other things? I mean, sure. Absolutely. We're not talking about a perfect world or what people have the rights to do or any of that. We're talking about somebody who in theory wants to win a defamation case and already has maybe a reputation for saying some things when they are drunk or tipsy that they shouldn't say. I don't think anyone disputes that. I believe that was actually in Frank's initial statement. But anyway, I think you have to be stupid. What more do you need, I guess, is the point of having watched the industry and everything else that's gone on to know that you don't just wander into the zoo and go up to the lion cage and stick your head in the lion's mouth. Couldn't do that anyway. The zookeepers would keep you from doing that. But that would be a dumb thing to do. And at some point, people in comics have to understand on all fronts. Do you have the right to go to these situations? Sure. Is it a good idea? No. I'll take it one step further that definitely people always hate this example. Well, I mean, half people hate it, half don't. But basically, it's this. If you have a track record, let's say, of, not controlling what you drink, and then you wake up the next morning and you have found yourself into somebody's hotel room that's not yours, and you have regretted this drunk one-night stand. If this has happened to you on multiple occasions, then, you should try not drinking so much, try not going to hanging out, going with a wingman, whatever it happens to be, but you should take active steps to avoid that situation if you are unhappy with the result. I know people who have done this, and they want to put the blame on the people who they went up with. to the hotel room. But if you get blackout drunk and then go up to somebody's room, again, if I'm the other party in this, I wouldn't take a blackout drunk up to my room, because you're just, again, you are asking for trouble. Again, did you do anything wrong? For yourself, yes. for everyone, I mean, again, this gets into the where is consent at different times. I mean, it's a very thorny topic, but the point is, don't if you voluntarily put yourself in situations that are going to go wrong, doesn't make it right when they go wrong, but it also makes you kind of a dummy for putting yourself in that situation. Just saying. Again, I mean, everybody wants to avoid trouble, right? There's a reason why we lock our doors at night. It's not right for somebody to come in and steal our stuff, but you lock your doors because, it would be a pain in the ass to have somebody come in and steal your stuff. Regardless, what's the new news? Well, the new news is that SourcePoint Press has made a statement, and they've decided to make a statement, and I'm just going to point this out. This is a absolutely stupid ass way to make this statement. I did the video just yesterday talking about stupid people win stupid prizes. SourcePoint Press is trying to get in on that stupid prizes bounty, because when they made their statement, they did it by retweeting Frank Gogol's statement and then making their thread based off of that. And here is their thread. In regards to the allegations made earlier this summer against one of the writers we publish, we apologize for our limited commentary and leaving any room for doubt as to where SourcePoint Press stands against harassment in our industry. Things move swiftly into legal proceedings, and at no point has it been our place to air the legal circumstances of others. That is correct, by the way. Correct statement. You do not make this statement on Twitter retweeting one of the people involved. That is fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Sorry. Regardless of anything in this statement, that is fucking stupid. They continue. While transparency is important to us as a company, common sense clearly is not, but okay. It was also important to us to respect the privacy of every party involved. Okay, fine. Why are we changing it now? Well, they're changing it because Bleeding Cool basically announced that SourcePoint Press walked out with Frank Gogol in a sign of solidarity to the writer. And that triggered a bunch of low-level indie creators who have no career to speak of to talk about, yeah, that SourcePoint Press, they're problematic. I've always looked sideways at them, because Rich Johnson told you to bark, so y'all barked. Anyway, the statement continues. For now, we're placing all future projects from Frank on hiatus, and Frank will not be attending any conventions as part of SourcePoint Press booths while legal proceedings are ongoing. SourcePoint Press believes deeply in making both our company and our industry a safe, celebratory, and diverse space, and we know action is the key to change. Going forward, we're setting up a quarterly budget devoted entirely to supporting projects by marginalized creators outside of SourcePoint Press, and we're in the process of forming a paid committee of marginalized industry members to help us react appropriately and take proactive efforts to move the industry in a direction we believe in. That is their statement. Okay, let's dissect all the stupid parts of this. Okay, first, making this statement by retweeting Frank Gogol's statement. Again, I cannot express enough how fucking stupid that is. Stupid. It makes them look like amateurs. It's clown behavior. It is not going to help, as we're about to see. And it just comes across as a covering our ass. They did this because they wanted to go like, look, see, this is what we're supposed to see. We're not in solidarity. See, don't hate us. Stop talking bad about us, Jamal Ingle. That's what they're doing. Does it work? Well, let's check out the quote tweet. So immediately, what's the response? Well, here's somebody saying, well, what about Manning, different creator? Here's another one saying that SourcePoint Press must put pressure on Frank to fully drop the case and fund Melissa's legal fees. Another one saying this should have been your stance from the get-go, and this guy isn't your only issue. There is now there's a bunch of people who won't say his name. There's how dare you, basically all the people, none of the love came in, none. There's like, you should have had this energy from day one. You liked the tweet of Frank saying, I'm suing the woman I racially abused. You believe it. None of us believe you. All the rest. So 0 people bought any of it. All the people complaining bought absolutely none of it. Here's Sexy Comic Book Yeti, which is an absolute just trash fire of an account. And they are, right in here with, but you liked his tweet. What's going on? And then people bitch about that. Here's, here's a comic creator saying you better upgrade the hiatus to him being removed and get rid of Dirk Manning while you're at it. And here's another one saying, good for you, finally doing something right. Except now you must fund Melissa's legal costs or convince your boy Frank to drop the case. He screwed himself already, then drop Dirk. Okay, it's not enough. So, a lot of people were running around cheering SourcePoint Press for walking out in solidarity. Other people were walking around condemning them for doing it. Rich worded the statement the way he did in the article on Bleeding Cool to make it as damning as possible to SourcePoint Press to get exactly this reaction from exactly the people who gave it. And great, here's the result. Once again, as I said, I heard from somebody at the party, talked about it. It was definitely written up way more dramatically than what actually happened. It was intended to continue to go up the chain of people to be angry about, in this case, SourcePoint Press. And now we've seen this comment, okay? And great, so SourcePoint Press is dropping the and bear in mind, should they drop the writer? I mean, if one of your writers is involved in a legal dispute over defamation to somebody else who's doing comics, even if they're small, that might be a reason to back away for the moment. That's not the weirdest standpoint. I'll say. I mean, many companies have a policy. If you're currently in an active lawsuit against somebody else who works in the same industry, we want to distance ourselves from you. That's not weird. If you want to do it for that reason, fine. But you retweeted Gogol's statement, which is, again, just a bizarre move. And then you did all this, and you talked about all this, you're going to set up a quarterly budget. Now, who knows what this budget's going to be? I'm guessing close to nothing. You're going to have a paid committee of marginalized industry members helped us react accordingly and appropriately. Cool. What did all this get you? I don't know. Let's check on over here at Bleeding Cool. Have they talked about the latest in this exciting development? Let's see. What do you know? Here's an article, and this is written again, Rich Johnston, and it's continuing kind of this narrative of who they are quick to point out their official account had liked Frank's statement on Twitter. Good chance a lot of people who are also retweeting and dragging SourcePoint Press for this got that information from this article. I mean, it all seems like this is a bunch of just stirring up trouble and trying to generate exactly this kind of reaction. But here's the thing. So they're setting up this fund. They're doing all this stuff. They're going to support marginalized creators and have a paid panel and all the rest. It gets 19 likes. 2 quote tweets, one of which is still dragging them by saying you should have done this from the very beginning. Another response saying you need to do this not just when it's convenient to you. Cool. You got engagement of 19 likes and 2 quote tweets. Awesome. It's been up for 6 hours now, 7 hours, 19. All right, cool. So way to go. Nobody cares about this. You decided to make this statement, again, retweeting Gogol's statement. That also, your statement, 19 total likes, 15 retweets, most of which continue to drag you. What is the point? Seriously, what is the point of this entire drama, by the way? Bleeding Cool's getting some clicks out of it. There's now, they have all the links, and there's like 12 articles now on this whole story. Gogol's statement, the original one, has been up for several days now. It's posted on October 22nd. 24 likes, 26 quote retweets. He turned off replies, but 26 people basically came in here to complain or comment on all this. Nobody cares. Seriously, about all this. What a bunch of nonsense. And before you say, why are you doing a video on this? Because I want to illustrate the stupidity here, which is all across the board of just bad, dumb decisions. This is a thread of dumb decisions from start to finish. It's not accomplishing anything. SourcePoint Press is not getting anything good out of this. Gogol, for whatever reason, decides to go to a bar in the midst of a legal situation, posts it online. SourcePoint Press decides the best way to distance themselves from this guy is to retweet Gogol's statement and then put this in, who nobody saw. 19 likes, cool. 19 likes. 2 quote tweets to their announcement that they're going to create a marginalized fund. For what it's worth, several days ago, I posted a basically just because I post just nonsense on Twitter because it's the only point to it. I post up a fairly nonsensical bunch of one panel of Captain America with a briefcase. I posted the same thing on YouTube. It's got 88 likes, 9 retweets, 15 comments. I can go down the line of stupid shit I've posted. It's got more engagement than this. Maybe I should be your marketing head, SourcePoint Press. But I mean, what are you even doing? What are any of you even doing? It's craziness. Hey, here's Larry's Gemini Jump, and he's posting a little thing saying you should go support it. Look at this. This has got more engagement than SourcePoint Press. So for all this legal stuff, this entanglement, this statement, this fund, all this kind of stuff, go fund Gemini Jump. 48 pages, 100% complete. You'll get it immediately. And it's got more engagement on Twitter than your dumb nonsense. So there you go. Cool. Thanks for listening.